Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. Gotta clean my screen off. Today we're playing more Bastion. We're going to continue. So this is second video for Bastion. And I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Quick note, it is very cold outside, which is good, yet it is very hot inside here. So I have the window open, so that means anything can happen. We could hear dirt bikes, or loud vehicles, or people, or dogs, or who the hell knows what. Now, this is some sort of like extra thing, so we're not gonna do that just yet. So we are gonna, should we do one of the proving grounds? I don't even remember what I wanted to do here. I want to upgrade my boat. That's what I wanted.
Finders keepers.
There's no run, is there? No, we want the forge. Or the foundry. Does that mean, do I have some? Is that what that means?
Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows.
Cool. Cool. See what this guy has to say.
Even since the Ura surrendered to us, the marshals kept a wary eye on him.
That guy was our friend. No, is he gonna be the villain? I don't. That would be funny. I was gonna guess that almost. Oh.
Kid ain't finished here
This
yet.
last video just didn't save.
Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids had to go through for all this.
I'm very, very thirsty. We don't want. I don't care about shrines right now. These are like little challenges, right?
The memorial. Here, kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind. The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Alright.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got.
Okay, let's go. We'll do one of these proving grounds just because I don't want to skip all of them. Even though we have detected cores. Oh, that's... Oh. Might be the last one until something big happens. So let's do this. Now I'm wondering if I should save these proving grounds until I have upgraded the particular weapon that the proving ground is for. I actually really hit the right moment to get the power shut.
The breakers used to come here for target practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets in the fewest shots.
Yeah.
He's focused. He's armed. And he's off.
Well, how do I change targets?
A perfect shot just happens in a flash. He's feeling real proud of that show.
Is that good? Man. I get all three? Where's the switch? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No, 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 no. Ah.
Kid ain't had enough of the Breakers' barracks.
Drive real. Really?
Takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too.
Okay, so you can only win it once. I mean, it just gives me upgrades. Hmm. I don't have enough, little crystal-y things.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breakers' challenge.
I can't even use it yet?
His bow's looking lean and
Oh,
mean
there's
like a
two
prize
levels. Oh, I didn't even notice that. No, I kind of like draw speed and damage. I didn't even realize that. Something nasty, something heavy. Damage. Okay, that was interesting, but I'm over it. Let's go find us a core, son. Now that we're geared up for battle. I'm very much enjoying this game. If you guys didn't remember that, or watch the last video.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew off.
I have a hard time, like, I don't want to talk. No, I wanted my bow. Oh no, I can go back to Bastion. I almost don't want to talk, because I mean, the narrator talks so much, it's like I feel like I don't have to, almost. Except for in the loading screens. But look, there's stuff to read in this loading screen, guys. It doesn't just say Bloodborne. I kind of like the grenades. They seem to come through in a pinch. Complete in remembrance of the calamity. I really should have turned off that fan.
Well, the river ain't coming back just by talking about it.
Like, shakes every once in a while.
riverbanks swarming with windbags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weepin' Nellie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They try to cut her off. They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. Well, Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors.
Why can't?
At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there.
Ooh. Oh, this has to be some kind of a trap.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. Peckers. They had their own eyes on the core. But why? He finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the water's
Oh yeah, got my friendly turrets. Friendly turrets.
She's gonna need a little help with all them peckers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something.
Upgrading that bow was a good idea.
The windbags get an even better idea.
Oh.
They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie.
Uh-oh. No, Nelly.
She's just gotta make one last stop. With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground in Picker country. They want that core real bad. Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times kid nearly fell off the barge back there? Not even once. Now, listen close. You should remember this next part.
The heck am I going? The Bastion.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
Because you're lost?
Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far.
Really?
The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that. But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Bluff, ain't it? There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while.
Sky Bridge. Oh.
How's it go again?
Is that a song?
Yeah, that's the one.
See, I have the music. Well, I have the music turned down. Why can't I go anywhere? What? Oh. I had the music turned down. I always do that. That way I can talk. Here. Oh. Does this keep going? I don't. Sky Bridge. What about, like, what's... Let's say what's over there. Oh wait, what about the other gate? No. See, now I'm getting mixed up here. Really? Love going in circles. That's the best part, huh? Garbage. Can't go that way. Oh, I recognize that singing. That's from Transist. I mean, not the same song, but
Well, no point explaining
like
what
that.
happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes. They'll be here before too long.
the singer agreed to return to the Bastion. Cool. So there's a singer, a stranger, and who else? There's gotta be somebody else.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow or again.
Now there's two of them.
We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Really? I didn't realize I was that far.
Most of the Earth never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it
Can you
right
read
away. A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
I kind of... Why did I have to guess he's the bad guy? It's kind of... Oh, I didn't know we had another core. Oh, yeah.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either.
Cool. Where's the last core, then?
Behold, the Pantheon.
How do I find all these other jerks?
We tracked the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
Let's go. Should I have done some of the proving ground stuff, maybe? Yeah, maybe.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
Really?
Know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two.
Oh, yeah.
Kid's faster in a slinger
Wanna
with those
upgrade 'em.
guns. Pin cushions ain't the worst of it either.
Okay.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. Kid learns the hard way not to touch those things. They shouldn't have let their guard down. Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight. Kid takes a last look around, 'cause he ain't coming back. Wallflowers survived the calamity. It toughened him up. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot. By now, kid's got more needles in him than a stab weed. Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Kid's roused up half the wilds by now. Then Kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. Hit him anywhere but the hindquarters and he only make him mad. The calamity must have scrambled their eggs. Leave it to the kid to make time for stomping swamp weeds. He's anxious to get back.
Sorry. Oh, yay.
After all, he's got the final core. His journey's
over,
right? Well, no, it ain't.
I had a feeling.
Not by
like
a long
an
shot.
hour and a half. Come on. Come on.
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone. Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him.
Alright.
Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Okay. Get all the shards.
The city brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
What? Shard detected. Let's upgrade the dueling pistols. Something greasy. Batters. Bullet scatter eliminated. Ooh. Ooh, do I want more bullets?
Takes a lot of
Try
moving
that.
pieces to make a dependable sidearm.
Shard detected. Now we gotta go collect all the shards. Okay. I knew he was gonna be a bad guy. He just looked like a bad guy.
After Zolf's little episode, kid sets off in search of shards. First stop, Jawson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do?
I don't know.
Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad.
I mean, we need the shards, right? We don't really have a choice.
But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
Okay. Having a dream?
Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know.
Fall asleep?
Wherever he is. It's somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of Liura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators. There's no way out. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
What is going on?
Kid sets foot inside one of Caelondia's famous watering holes. The security's just gonna have to straighten him out. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronde the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull. The gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good.
Oh, really?
Wherever he is. Somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go. The dead welcome him with open arms. Kid pops him good. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who's seen too much? I'm Zolf of the Ura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gaiters. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Caelondia's famous watering holes. The security's just gonna have to straighten him out. Kid succeeds where the calamity failed. Would you look at what he did to poor old Ronnie, the bartender? Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull. The gods, they're all undone. He sees what's left of his lifelong friend. His friend, he's come undone too.
Oh, wrong button. Wanted to heal. Or I didn't want to heal, I just wanted to reload.
He sees what's left undone.
So are we done? Are we done hallucinating?
Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Disgusting things.
Those... God, what those remind me of? Aren't those in Zelda?
Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say.
Whoa.
The breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak.
Get this thing out of here. You know what? You're starting to push me off. Do this thing. Oh, I didn't mean to heal twice. That's gonna cost me.
They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind. Well, the kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it.
It was a little bit of an out-of-body experience.
A shard is like a poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place.
Okay. That's it?
High time we built something new.
What do you mean, build something?
The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places.
Oh.
Black rye's like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories. The city tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan.
Here we go. I mean, I'm not sure how much could really be left, but 6 to 7 hours, we're not even at 2. And I feel like we're cruising.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon.
Ankle gators.
Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about. Even the brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct.
Whoa.
Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist. Can't fight Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same.
Not a bad weapon.
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit.
Awesome.
Kid's got a mean throwing arm. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the queen's running out of options. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it.
Can't be harmed yet. What about me?
Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid.
Oh, thank God I leveled up.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. He's got it, and now to finish her off. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed.
Oh my gosh. I'm starting to get frickin' annoyed here. Come on. Oh, she's coming up like super fast.
And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne.
Oh, yeah.
That was for the brushers. Kids done what needed to be done.
There's some cool weapons. Dang. I'm really liking this pike thing. Some reach on it.
Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
Oh, I can pick which one I want to power up. I gotcha.
The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection. He's a spitting image of Slinger Jawson with that pike and them pistols. They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. That Gator's a crazy gal, but so is the gal who promised to look after her.
Oh, okay. We got time for one more level?
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Got 8 minutes. We can do it. We can do it. We got this.
Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here.
Come on.
The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Oh, gun. Sweet.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off.
Nice.
Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine, not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks.
I could use the new gun.
Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by.
Oh man, let's end this video here, huh?
Lunkheads settled in like they own the place.
And that thing does a good amount of damage.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers coughing fungus everywhere.
Come on.
Place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple.
Come on.
Of course, the Grand Rail's seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zulf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
Come on.
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs.
Oh, there we go.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into Swampweed Central.
Come on.
Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine? While choking on swampweed?
Yeah, I have now.
While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Come on. Something fancy. What am I doing? I'm not paying attention.
But then, at last, it's the end of the line. He'll be picking swampweed out of those boots for days.
Where?
Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Celandia lost many good men on the rail. Not just another wallflower or pincushion, mind you.
Oh, great.
At first, he thinks it's Zulf. "This is for you," says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wonder just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him.
Me too. Put the shard in. Oh yeah.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Fancy. Yeah, we need speed.
That's the way to make every shot count.
Oh, no, I need that, yeah.
Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape.
Okay, well, that was the second video for Bastion, guys. Thank you for watching. Still having a lot of fun with this game. I'm surprised at how long I mean, I know it's supposed to be like 6 hours, but I felt like I was hitting this point where it's like, oh, I found all the shards. Now it changed, or cores. Now I'm finding shards. I mean, the story's pretty generic, but that doesn't mean it's bad. So, thank you for watching, guys. I will catch you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch the other videos that I've done because they are awesome too. That's all I got. Take care and goodbye. Or not.